Hello and welcome to another episode of Brian's Criterion. This week's Criterion Blu-ray episode is a review of Michael Mann's 80s heist thriller, Thief. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you're loving these Criterion reviews. Okay, as usual, I will begin by talking about the Criterion case and what comes in it. Unfortunately, compared to other Criterion sets, this one is pretty standard. Just your normal, average, light Criterion case. Even though it feels on the basic side for Criterion standards, at least the cover art is pretty great. So inside the case is a fold-out essay, which is pretty common within the Criterion library. And the disc itself is pretty eye-catching with the Thief logo illuminated, and it just jumps out at you. It's great. Back to the fold-out essay. The essay is entitled Where Nothing Means Nothing, which is written by Nick James. The essay by James is well written and a perfect companion piece to the set. So that about sums up the Blu-ray case. Now let's talk about the content that exists on the disc. The special features on the disc include an audio commentary with Michael Mann and James Caan, a 15-minute interview with Michael Mann, a 10-minute interview with James Caan, and finally a 25-minute interview with Johans, one of the members of Tangerine Dream, the band that scored Thief. Also, I probably butchered his name and apologize about that. All of these features are interesting in their own ways. The Michael Mann interview basically covers, how the film was made and the style he created, working with non-actors, working on the script. It's pretty interesting. Caan's interview is mostly about the time he spent in real life with thieves, and then also how he learned to break into safes. There's actually a great moment in the interview where he talks about breaking into a safe all by himself, which they actually used as the beginning heist sequence. But by far, the most compelling feature here is the interview with Johans from Tangerine Dream. It's a fascinating interview detailing how Tangerine Dream got started and how they started working on Thief. The interview is just absolutely fantastic. All right, that about rounds out the special features on the disc. Let's briefly talk about the film. The plot synopsis from IMDb reads, an ace safecracker wants to do one last big heist for the mob before going straight. Okay. Let's just get this out of the way right here, right now. This movie is f***ing gorgeous. Goddamn. There is a shot early in the film that is just a tilt, filming a dark, rainy alleyway, and it looks f***ing incredible. This whole movie, shot in Chicago and LA, just oozes style and realism. Mann knows how to film on location, and he knows how to get an audience to vibe with the city. And that's kind of the best way to describe Thief. It's a little bit of a vibe movie. You're either going to vibe with it, or you're not. One of the things I love about the movie is how simple the plot is. In a world today where every movie needs to be big and grand, a movie like Thief is pretty refreshing because it's small and intimate. James Caan in this movie is a damn revelation. Caan plays a good balance between being tough when he needs to be and vulnerable the next minute. It's a powerful performance. Tuesday Weld also brings it as Jesse. Their scene in the diner is easily the best moment in the film and a scene that has forever been seared into my brain. Not only is the cinematography and acting top-notch, so are the heist scenes. I don't think I've ever seen such realism in a vault heist scene before. Because most of the time it's some kooky safecracker that puts his ear up to the vault and spins the numbers. But here, in Mann's movie, they torch a damn rod to 4,000 degrees and cut into a vault. It's real and it's bananas. Another aspect that works for the film is that every actor outside of Caan and Weld feel very, very, very real. Every performance feels authentic and it adds to the realism of the film. Not to mention there is a real safecracker and a real cop thrown into the cast, and it works beautifully. As I've said before, you either vibe with this movie or you don't. And I, for one, 100% vibe with this movie. Now, is this better than Michael Mann's Heat? No, of course it isn't. But it easily ranks up there with Mann's best. Overall, is this Blu-ray worth it? I mean, obviously if you're a Criterion collector and you love this movie, then sure, it's a must-buy. However, if you already own Thief on a different Blu-ray, or you've never really vibe with this movie but you're kind of interested, I'd say you might want to skip it. I only say that because there's only about 30 to 40 minutes worth of special features, and as good as Nick James' essay is, this Blu-ray actually kind of feels empty and subpar next to some of the other collections. I, for one, don't regret owning this, but I will let you decide on this one. Okay, that's it, folks. Until the next review, I say cheers.